Is it a plane?
In other news, there have been reports of large flocks of birds flying all over the city.
That's what I keep trying to tell everyone. It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's
hats and chats. It just has to be.
F is for the fire that will burn down this whole town.
U is for uranium bombs.
It is for no survivors!
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. Hey, welcome to Hats and Chats.
Woo! Got a special episode, guys.
The CAPCOM Special we promised. And to make it extra special, I'm wearing an extra special hat, and we have an extra special Danielle.
Hello.
We got, Danielle, might as well introduce you. You are our first guest.
Yes, my name is Danielle. I am the costume maker. That's basically all that I do. So how are you?
And she looks pretty.
Aww.
Yeah, that's what she does.
She's the resident pretty lady.
Resident pretty lady.
Look her up in
Resident beautiful.
This January, beauty comes
Oh my god!
Call back!
I forgot we did that joke last week.
Yeah.
I just imagine, oh god, what was the, Resident Beautiful 2, Nemesis.
I now imagine Nemesis, it's just Nemesis, but he just wears a wig.
Just like a blonde wig and like blush.
No, just a
I was
wig.
imagining like The Devil Wears Prada meets Resident Evil.
Oh god.
So the Devil Wears Prada during a zombie apocalypse.
I mean, what's
Yes!
the main character's name in Resident Evil movies? I forgot, and I'm the big...
Alice.
Alice. I mean, Resident Evil 1, she was in that red dress for how long?
Well, it doesn't matter how long she was in the red dress. It's the fact that she was in the movie at all is an issue.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Anyway, so stop talking about Capcom shit and talk about some actual Capcom shit.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about what we've been excited about. For those who don't know, at the PlayStation Sony Experience this weekend, Capcom has announced that Marvel vs. Capcom 4, or in this case, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, is totally happening. It's coming out 2017.
Okay, before we actually dive balls deep into this conversation.
Yeah, we know all you crazy people out there are excited to hear more about this, but after these few messages, we're going to talk about some of the comics that are coming out this week.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for the Capcom Special. Of course, we got to go through the comics of the week. But before we get into that, I just want to say one thing, because it's a little irrelevant, but I feel it's relevant but to me, because we're recording in this room.
Okay.
And where we're recording is kind of important to me. Is that a cockroach on the floor?
Huh.
I think that is a dead roach underneath our recording desk.
Interesting.
I think it is.
As character.
Kevin the dead roach.
Kevin the Dead Roach
Man,
is...
fuck you, Kevin.
You know, we didn't know we were going to have another special guest, but, you know, that's
Let's
fine.
welcome Kevin. You got anything to say, Kevin?
Welcome to our club.
Welcome to our club. Welcome Kevin. Welcome, Kevin. Wait, hold on, guys. Let's see if Kevin has anything to say.
Fuck you.
Aw, Kevin, what a spaz.
Oh, what a special. What a special guest.
Oh my God. Okay, so comics this week.
It helps
What do we
that
got,
he's dead.
Chris?
Alright. Today, we're going to Boom Studio first.
Okay.
It's the final issue of their spin-off Power Rangers series, Pink.
So it's all about the Pink Ranger?
Yeah, and from what I heard...
And it's Kimberly, right?
It's Kimberly, and a lot of people said it was a lot better than they expected to be.
Well, as long as it's not Agony and Pink, the comic, I don't think it really be much of an issue.
A bow.
Yeah, her weapon's a bow, and in the comics, she uses it a lot more than the actual show.
I feel like I'm the only one who got the joke I just made.
Oh, I got the joke too, and the less we speak about that joke, the better.
No, I feel like I should explain it by the way Caitlin's looking at me.
Oh,
I have
boy.
no idea what you're talking about.
Agony and Pink is like one of the most infamous fanfics, kind of up there with like stuff like My Immortal.
Oh, okay.
It's not because it's definitely bad, but it's not bad like My Immortal is bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the first really, really well-known torture porn fanfics. Like, I've never read it personally.
Mm-hmm.
I've never sat down and read it, but I know of it. And it's like Lord Zed, like, rapes and tortures the Pink Ranger. It's really dark, and it's like one of the first infamously bad fanfics up there with like My Immortal and
And that's
stuff.
why we're glad it's called a fan fiction.
You would, like, yeah, like, of course Saban will make a torture porn Power Rangers episode. You know, for kids on Fox Saturday morning.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, those poor children.
Oh my, okay.
Eating cereal, just like, what? What's happening?
I mean, I watch rape scenes in the movies when I'm eating my cereal.
Cole, last week doesn't count.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I just say one thing? As long as we're talking about, like, kids' TV shows,
Okay.
have you ever seen the 4Kids edit of One Piece?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's sad to say that was my first introduction to One Piece as a
Oh my
kid.
goodness.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
They're pirates. What do pirates do when they're on their ship and bored? They get drunk. They drink.
Is
There,
he?
there are several scenes of pirates drinking early in One Piece. Like, they're at a restaurant, they're drinking some beer, they're throwing back some ale. They digitally altered the color to make it bright orange, and they removed the bubbles from the beer to make it look like they're drinking orange juice.
Hey, at least it's not Master Roshi's salt water
Oh, dear.
from the Saban cut of DBZ when it first released.
Yeah. There's another cut I remember specifically. You know Sanji. Like, I know you're not super into One Piece, but you've seen Sanji, right?
Maybe.
Tall, blonde, black suit, smoking.
Hottest guy in the show.
Okay, so he's the chef to the Straw Hats,
Uh-huh.
and he's constantly smoking, like, all the time. He's
Never
always
had-
got a cig in his
yeah.
mouth. In the 4Kids edit, they digitally edited it. They removed the smoke and made it into a lollipop. But
So, it's
no,
not-
hold on, no, it's still ridiculous because the voice actor they got sounds like he smokes a pack a day.
Mhm.
So he's got this lollipop, but he kind of talks like this. You know, it's kind of fucking retarded, don't you think? Like, why do you give him a smoker voice if you're not even gonna make him smoke?
Yeah.
I mean, for kids.
no
It's
idea.
it's for kids.
It is for
I think one of
It's for kids! I mean,
last example before we move on. There's a scene where they digitally edit a dude's supposed trying to cause an avalanche, so he has a bomb belt. Like I got like this belt of dynamite, and I'm gonna use this to cause an avalanche. They digitally edit and turn it into a sword.
How's he gonna use that?
But
I mean, if you've seen future One Piece, we've seen Zoro chop like a mountain in half. Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
let's speed through the comics because we got a special episode here.
Yeah, we got Capcom stuff.
All right, next we have from Dark Horse. We got Predator versus Judge Dredd versus Aliens issue 3.
Okay, that's baller as hell.
I
Judge
mean,
Dredd versus Aliens versus Predator.
yeah, and I'm actually kind of really into Judge Dredd. Like, I actually like the last movie, Dredd.
I still need to see it. I've
It's-
still not seen Dredd.
It's really good, and the comics are, from what I read, are pretty solid. And just seeing, you know,
Is it? Because my cousin and my sister watched it, and they just thought it was terrible.
wait, no.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can I just look at that audio readout? That is me shaking my paper hat into the microphone.
Okay. No. They probably watched the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd movie. Back in the 90s when people done...
No, it was a modern movie.
Maybe they just didn't like it. You ever consider that, Chris?
No, well, the thing is, like, a lot of people confuse the Judge Dredd films.
I suppose. I mean, they're
It
distinct.
definitely wasn't Sylvester Stallone. though.
Okay, because...
Sylvester?
So,
Sylvester Stallone.
No, it's because
Full
the
Buster Stallone.
Sylvester...
Grateful Buster Stallone.
Alright, so, yeah, Judge Dredd, pretty cool. Imagine him kicking ass against the Predator and the Alien.
Oh my god.
and that's what it is.
Pretty much.
That's it. All right.
I mean, like-
I can get onto that.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Does Judge Dredd's gun have a name? Because I know it's like a special thing. Does it have a name?
I forget. I know it has different firing modes. That's
Yeah, I
fine.
know that, but I'm pretty sure they're supposed to have names.
Judgment Day.
I remember...
My gun is protocol.
I know my favorite one's name. It has the most hilarious name. The double whammy.
The double whammy. Oh yeah, that's like the rocket launcher or something
Yeah.
like that.
Alright, next we're going to DC. Injustice, Ground Zero, number 1.
Is this supposed to tie into the Injustice 2 game?
It's supposed to fill... Yeah, it's supposed to fill between the gaps between Injustice and Injustice 2.
Okay.
Because DC, for a long time, they had the Injustice...
Just listening.
Oh.
Oh. I thought you were going to say something.
Danielle speaks, and it's just because she's interested. Has nothing to comment, nothing to say. She's just kind of there.
Sorry.
Like you are.
Yeah.
Oh.
But, yeah, because I'm not... Cole, have you ever read the Injustice comics?
Nope.
They
I've
get-
only played the game.
they get pretty dark.
The game itself gets dark.
No, the comic, like, Superman, like, okay, I know in the game...
the comic is, like, significantly darker.
Does Superman murder children?
Because
he does in the game.
No, you know what he did that was so dickish? He took Atlantis, and you know, pure-blooded Atlanteans don't really live pretty well on land.
Yeah.
He took the entire city and put it in the Sahara Desert to tell Aquaman, you work for me now, bitch.
Okay, like, yes. Yeah. But does he murder a child directly in cold blood? Because he did that in the game. He took Shazam. Yes, he was in his, like, grown-up form. He was in the Shazam form, or Captain Marvel form, whichever you prefer. And just laser beamed him in the eyeballs till he died.
Oh.
Like, you can, like, argue this up and straight down. But...
that was a child.
Shazam is Billy Batson, and Billy Batson, in the events of Injustice, he couldn't be any older than, like, 14.
Yeah. Don't worry, Danielle, altering universe.
It was Regime Shazam.
Oh.
No, here's the thing about Danielle, rule of comics. If you're in an alternate universe, your chances of survivals are very slim.
I held my fingers in a pinching motion to symbolize tininess.
Even though you can't really see
Itty-bitty
us.
living
So, are you, like... I'm just trying to figure out, like... I really want to know the story behind this, because I want a few people that actually like the Injustice storyline in the game, and I want to see how the second game goes from there, especially, you know, all the stuff that happened.
True.
So, we are moving on with... Oh, here's a first. Dynamite. Entertainment.
Right.
Okay.
They make the Army of Darkness comics.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're doing the first issue of Wonder Woman 77, you know, the Linda Carter show. They, like, DC did a comic, but they're doing a
So it's kind of like the 60s Batman comic.
Yeah, but it's Wonder Woman 77. It meets the Bionic Woman.
Really?
Yeah, that Bionic Woman. So, Wonder Woman meets...
Wonder Woman!
Wonder Woman!
Oh, I have to get on this train now?
Yeah.
Woman!
Wonder what?
It got Soul Train in here. Jesus Christ.
Wonder Bread.
And then it got creepy. So, like... I mean... Interesting idea. Like, these characters were, like... In fact, like, I remember during the 70s when the show came out, Wonder Woman was actually on the cover of Women's Magazine. Like, she was the Woman of the Year of the first issue.
Huh.
And
I always find it extremely weird when fictional characters are voted something of the year in, like, a magazine.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine, like, oh, what's the magazine that does, like, the hottest man alive thing?
It's
Is it
like People.
Is it People?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fucking read magazines. Could you just imagine if, like, I'm just pull a random character out of my ass, Luke Cage. Like, what if Luke Cage, not the actor who plays him in the Netflix show, Luke Cage, won hottest man alive?
Yeah.
I could
Not
see
the
it.
actor, the character.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing Luke Cage, I could see it.
He's a fucking attractive man.
He is very attractive.
I will say, when it comes to extremely attractive black men, the actor who played Black Panther, way hotter. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
I've heard
dude
that.
is super hot.
Super hot.
Super hot.
I've
So-
heard that Chris Pratt's gonna be next year.
on fire.
Like what? There's like rumors that Chris Pratt's gonna be the sexiest man alive on the
Yeah.
next People magazine. I can get behind that.
Me too.
I can get-
I actually saw a People magazine not too long ago. It was Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
It was. And I feel like Chris Pratt would have been better, but...
well, that's just
my
because
opinion.
you want to fuck him.
I mean,
I mean, I do
yes.
too, but
I
like I'm
know.
not. So there's no judging here.
I know, like, fucking for real.
So what's the next comic?
Next comic.
It's Chris Pratt's porno
Yes!
called Chris Splat.
Oh! Stop!
Oh boy.
Stop!
Alright, next we're going to Image.
Yeah.
Image.
Okay.
Okay.
Images of Chris Pratt's balls.
Oh, spin-off comic for you, Cole.
Yes.
There's a spin-off comic for The Wicked and Divine.
Ooh.
Really?
1831.
And it's a spin-off. Oh shit!
What is it?
Is it gonna be about the gods during the 1800s?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
awesome!
Do you know anything about the plot of Wicked and Divine, Caitlin?
No, not really.
The main basic plot is that it's like a weird satire of media and how they look at celebrities and like idolize them almost like they're gods.
Okay.
Like they're like a modern pantheon.
Oh, so and then like these people are like literally made gods.
Yeah, they have superpowers.
Okay.
Like
Amaterasu.
there's a guy who looks like Jay-Z in the current comic.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Jay-Z, like a smooth-skinned black guy, got a chain, wears nice clothes, like fucking designer shades and shit. Like, he looks a lot like Jay-Z, and he's called Baal, spelled B-A-A-L, which is, I don't know from what culture, but it's like a sky god, and he does casually fly around and shoot lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
It was Baal.
Baal.
Yeah, I don't know why that sounds so familiar.
You've probably heard it in like a game or something, like...
Yeah,
Hey,
it must have been a game or a
Someone
But,
in the comments, please let us know.
Explain.
Help me!
Lore nerds!
I'm gonna look it up.
But, like, but like the thing with it is so they're like obviously analogs and like parodies of real celebrities in our world, but the rule is every time the gods show up, they stick around for 2 years, then they all die, and they come back 90 years later.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a Doctor Who kind of thing. Like they're back, they're kind of the same person, but a lot of things are different. Because, like, a lot of people in the comic talk about, like, oh, the gods were way better when I was a kid. Like, old-ass dudes who were around last time the gods were around. And it's like, because a lot of them are, like, celebrities and musicians. Like, they have music. Like, you can buy, second Amaterasu's album. The third Amaterasu sucks, but her second one was awesome.
Okay.
So it's
That's
super...
so interesting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. So there's going to be a spin-off of the gods during 1813?
1831.
1831, okay. That's super interesting. I'll have to pick that up.
All right, next we're going to go to Marvel.
Marvel.
And we're going to check out Clone Conspiracy number 3.
What?
A comic that advertised itself to be a Clone Saga sequel, but it's honestly a
And then the
follow-
world collectively groaned.
But it turned out it was...
It's way better than it has any right to be.
No, here's the thing. It's not a follow-up to Clone Saga. It's more or less a follow-up to Spider-Verse. Because last issue, Spider-Gwen is a major player.
Really?
She actually did something really cool, because, okay, you know what's the major shtick with the Jackal is?
He likes cloning people.
He likes cloning Gwen because he had a creepy crush on Gwen, even though he was her
So
science
now he's
teacher.
got Spider
Didn't
Gwens.
he end up
No,
fucking
here's
up
what happened.
everything?
What?
Did he end up fucking up everything?
No. Well, yeah, but not that guy.
Okay.
But anyway, it turned out the Gwen that was working for him was a double agent. It was Spider-Gwen who infiltrated.
Okay, so it wasn't a clone, it was the real Spider Gwen.
And the actual clone was kidnapped by Kane.
Huh.
And it was... Okay, I'm going to say this right now. Like, it turns out these clones can only live 24 hours or they die, so they have to take a medicine. That's why they work for the Jackal. And so the Gwen's like, give me my medicine. I'm going to die. You know what Kane said? He just goes like, whatever. Puts her in a trunk and clothes and just drives off.
Wow. Wait, but she's still a clone of Spider Gwen, shouldn't she
No,
have...
just regular Gwen Stacy.
Oh.
But here's the thing. Kane...
I thought, like, she was a clone of Spider Gwen, so,
No.
like, you'd think she'd have super strength.
No, it was regular Gwen Stacy.
that.
Like, no,
I want more Spider-Man comics to focus on the strength of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel Civil War is the first movie that, like, really played around with his strength.
Yeah.
Because usually he just web swings around and kicks people. But, like...
The scene where he threw the sign at Bucky?
Yeah, and, like, holding up, like, the terminal.
Or just, like, holding Bucky's punch.
Yeah, just Bucky punches it. Whoa, robot arm!
Cool, dude.
So,
Wow.
Clone Conspiracy, I mean, it has a good, like, unlike Clone Saga, which had, people didn't know what they're doing.
And it was super bloated and overly long.
This is written by Dan Slott, who is one of my favorite Spider-Man writers, and also, they confirmed it's only
Dan Slot Machine, more like Dan Jackpot!
They can't help that they're bloated. They have gastrointestinal issues.
You mean the 90s comics in a nutshell?
Thank you.
Should we move on?
Here she is, the worst joke in the universe.
So, should we move on?
I'm becoming the Barbara Dunkelman of
Oh.
this.
Imagine we...
You just need to start making really groan-worthy puns.
Alright, so next we're gonna go to Valiant.
I mean, you'll make really bad puns, but you'll be everyone's favorite.
Pretty much.
Ba-doop doop.
All right.
I wish you guys could see the face Caitlin made.
Alcohol
It was-
and cuss words. That's my shtick.
Alcohol,
and
cuss words, bad jokes, and Dungeons and Dragons.
Birthday plans and snake listerine?
All right.
Don't make jokes people don't get.
I know.
All right. Should we go? This is our last company, and then we can move on.
All right, let's
We
do
can?
it.
God, you can finally take this leg brace off me.
Do
All right.
I'm free!
All right. Now we're gonna go to.
Caitlin, that a door slamming sound in post.
There, that'll do.
Close enough.
All right. We're Valiant with Faith number 6.
Alright, I got the first issue of Faith the other day. I still haven't read it yet.
What you guys thought on Faith? Do you think people were overblowing it, or do you think it was like one of those things where the media overblown something that?
See, like, I don't really pay attention to a bunch of hype. I
don't either.
But, like, I get it. Like, it's, like, a big deal. She's an overweight superhero.
Yes.
But, like, who cares?
I mean, I heard the comic was good,
like,
too.
there's being progressive. Like, completely hypothetical here. If you were to have the first gay comic book character, like, if the story sucks, it doesn't matter. Like, what happens is you do something progressive and it's good. Because if it sucks, it just makes you look like an asshole. Like an asshole.
I mean, from what I heard, Faith is solid. Like, it started out as a miniseries.
I haven't read it, so, like, I can't have any judgment, but I feel like people do often like to make bigger deals about it. Like, oh, she's an overweight hero, so it's not the fucking patriarchy making a tall, busty superhero again. Like, all superheroines have over D-cup breasts and fucking wear no clothing.
Was the original Black Panther like good?
The
original,
Yeah.
like, you know,
the original issue.
original.
I mean, keep in mind this was the '60s, so it's
Right.
corny and stuff. But
Like,
like,
all shit from the 60s
But-
is
It's
corny.
time.
yeah, but I will say, like, Stan Lee built up Black Panther as, like, this guy's not someone to mess around. Like, they already established, like, Wakanda had no slaves taken from them because,
so that's a great example. It's like black guy, but it's actually a good comic.
like, he's a king. Like, no, he's, like, first black superhero, but he's also a fucking king.
And he was the king of the most technologically advanced country in the world.
Seriously.
Like, that's insane.
Like, it is a quality thing. Like, fucking, and you don't want to, like, make a huge deal out of trying to be progressive. Don't just put progressive
That's
shit
kind
in
of
there.
a cash grab thing. Seriously.
No,
Yeah.
that's
totally
exactly
is.
what it is.
As I feel like Marvel, I love Marvel to death.
Don't make a gay character just to have a gay character. Make a character that happens to be gay.
I mean, my favorite moment.
As soon as you make a big deal about it, you're obviously trying to just make a cash grab.
I mean, my favorite example is in the current Spider-Man series where he was on YouTube and there was a vlogger saying, like, oh my god, if you look closely at this Spider-Man's torn costume, it shows he's the color. And he's like, maybe he's a dark-skinned Spider-Man, we got dark skin. Maybe he's Latino. Maybe he's Cuban. I mean, Miles Morales is half Latino.
Yeah.
And Miles shut it off and his friend's like, dude, what's the deal? He's like, I don't want to be the black Spider-Man.
I just want to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't want like people to give a shit about my race. I'm Spider-Man, not the black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, you want to make the character, not the gay character, because then they become token, and then that's all people see them as.
Yeah.
And that's just bad writing.
Yeah.
It's exactly what, who was the writer that made that awful X-Men comic where Iceman came out as gay?
God, it's ironically the same guy who wrote Miles.
I know he apologized for it.
Bendis felt like Bendis did apologize.
I know he apologized for it, and he didn't mean it to come across the way it did. But like, fuck me, that comic was bad.
Yeah, if it was like the example of making something really forced and it shouldn't be.
Yeah. All right. We've talked about that enough. Let's move on.
Let's go to our special. We got our comics out of the way.
All right.
Okay. So if you didn't join us last week, kind of give you a little bit of a catch up. So as we mentioned earlier, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel. You sure you haven't been drinking tonight?
Oh.
No.
I'm not sure.
Anyway,
That last kegger really fucked me up, bro.
so the new game was announced this past weekend, and we're all pretty excited for it. But
Yup.
I will, like, as I mentioned last week, I feel like a lot of people kind of go into the games for Marvel characters only, and I am totally one of those people. I know nothing. I mean, absolutely zero about, like, Capcom games. So, like...
So, me, Chris, and Danielle
Yeah.
are gonna play teacher and talk about some of our favorite Capcom games to explain why they're awesome for Caitlin.
So now it's time for our new segment. Caitlin's stupid.
I just want somebody to draw a logo, and it's just like, Caitlin is stupid, but the stupid is like scribbled out and it says misinformed.
And it's like we have Caitlin, but her hat is like one of those dunce hats.
No, it's a dunce hat, but has a snapback on top of the dunce hat.
Yes.
People draw that, put it on Twitter.
Okay,
Please.
teach me.
All right, who
All
should
right,
go first?
I'm gonna say it's gonna go Chris, me, Danielle, because that's the order we're sitting in.
Should we do one game or as many games we can explain?
As many games as we can, but let's take turns. So, Chris, I'm gonna say, because it's your expertise, because you're a super big fan, I say you should talk a little bit about Street Fighter.
Oh yeah. Okay, to explain about MVC, we gotta explain Street Fighter because the first crossover between those franchises wasn't Marvel vs. Capcom, it was Marvel versus Street Fighter.
Okay.
And Street Fighter, it wasn't the first fighting game, but Street Fighter 2 was the one.
It's one of the big boys.
Oh yeah, like
when people say big superhero team, they either think the Avengers or Justice League.
Right.
When you say fighting game, most people will say Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat.
and Street Fighter
They're
2.
the big boys of the fighting game.
And Street
tournaments.
Fighter 2 was also named the Coin Eater because whenever it debuted in arcades, that's what every kid was playing. Street Fighter 2.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of imbued in culture too, like, because I can say, even though I don't know many of the characters' names, I recognize them, like their designs and everything.
Yeah.
And also, like,
it's remarkable how not super special their designs are, but they're so recognizable because of how.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
Gravity
Ryu.
Falls. Did you ever see Gravity Falls?
Oh, of course.
Fight Fighter.
Yeah, so, Gravity Falls, they had an episode where it was a
parody of Street Fighter.
A parody of Street Fighter,
The
and literally the character...
Rumble McSkirmish.
Yes, he looked just like, what's his name?
It was like shirtless Ryu.
So, shirtless Ryu with blonde hair.
So
Literally,
it's like
You killed my father!
So you mean shirtless Ken?
Yeah, it's more like Ken.
Didn't the Gumball show do it too?
I haven't watched Gumball, really.
I'm pretty sure that they had an episode where he was playing a video game and then like the character came out of the video game and it was clearly like a fighting dude with big buff biceps and a thing tied around his head.
Yeah.
It's probably a Street Fighter.
So, yeah, so we got Cartoon Network and Disney, so we just need Nickelodeon to...
Come on, Nickelodeon, step it up. Have
Yeah.
SpongeBob fight Scorpion.
Hey, Nickelodeon.
Finish him!
Don't have fun.
Versus...
I'd rather have that as a joke for the Ninja Turtles cartoon.
SpongeBob.
Like, imagine...
Hold on. SpongeBob wins. Fatality.
Alright, so yeah, Street Fighter, one of those big franchises, and it's been like, if you're gonna have an MC series, one of the staples you're gonna have in any of the series are Street Fighter characters. Because last game we had Ryu, we had Akuma, we had Chun-Li, Crimson Viper for some god-awful reason. I don't like her.
Why?
I'm not of all characters to have. No M. Bison, no Guile, no Cammy, or if you want to have a Street Fighter 4 character, maybe have Ibuki or El Fuerte.
E Honda.
Good choice.
Okay, so Street Fighter is most infamous for its characters, really. I feel like most fighting games live and die by their roster of
Very
characters.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I mean, Mortal Kombat's a great example. You
yeah,
know,
like, let's have 1,000,000 ninjas and then just paint them different colors.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
basically.
the thing is, those are the most popular characters and people play as, because at least they're...
Sub-Zero and Scorpion. It's like a rivalry that will never end.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like...
Team Sub-Zero!
One thing I like Street Fighter, like, a lot, like, yeah, like, it's not really, like, the same thing as, like, for, say, Punch-Out, but a lot of the characters are international, and it's actually a really good thing, because...
Yeah, one of the things, except in the later games, but in the earlier, like Street Fighter 2, yes, they had, like, magical superpowers, like shooting lasers and shit, but for the most part, except for stuff like Ryu himself has a fictional fighting style called the Satsui no Hado. As does Ken and Akuma. They all use the same
Ken,
technique.
Akuma, Goken, Sakura, Dan, they all have the same fighting.
No, I think Dan has his own thing. It's called like Psycho.
He does have a bit of it.
Yeah, but a lot of the characters like Balls, guy with a scar in his chest.
Oh, Sagat.
Sagat is known as the master of Brazilian Muay Thai. So a lot of his moves are like Muay Thai techniques.
Okay.
And basically, like, they take real fighting styles, but they also
Kung
add...
Fu, Jeet Kune Do, Karate.
Whoop your ass.
I mean,
Whoop your ass.
they go, like, even unconventional fighting styles. There's a character I forgot his name, but in Street Fighter 4 they introduced him, and he has Turkish oil wrestling.
What?
Yep.
Yep.
The
You
heck
know
is
what?
that?
If I ever come out of my pacifism,
Ever.
right?
if I just have to punch a bitch out.
if I just, if I really just gotta put someone down, I want it to be Turkish oil wrestling.
Oh,
So,
Okay,
so
yeah.
you're just gonna rip off your shirt, cover yourself in oil, and just slop
Turn
around.
into a Turkish person.
No. Your skin turns bright red.
Oh,
Your eyes start to glow.
Yeah, blue coral hair for some reason.
for
Seriously.
some reason.
And then you like slip between their legs and break their neck.
Hakan, that's his name. Hakan.
All that dramatized stuff, just so I can just.
But yeah, Danielle, to explain what Turkish oil wrestling is,
Please.
it's literally a form
It's
of
what
wrestling.
I said. It's like you grapple people while your body's covered in oil, and you slip around and beat people.
That's
beat people up.
legit.
Yeah.
Ripple. What
Gripple.
the heck?
Would you
So-
like a suckle of my gripple?
So yeah, Street Fighter. Next, Colster here.
Yeah.
Explain your favorite Capcom franchise.
All right. Mega Man.
Mega Man!
Robot.
Mega Man!
All right. So Mega Man is up there as one of the biggest Nintendo franchises. He has many nicknames. The Blue Bomber. I forget a lot of them, but he has a lot.
Rock.
Trust me. Yeah, Rockman. Fun fact, his in-working title, like before the game was released, he was going to be called Rainbow
I'm
Man.
about to say that. Yeah. Rainbow Man.
Rainbow Man. And that's because every time he defeats a boss, he takes their weapon and he changes to their color scheme.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so like, oh, this robot was red and white. So Mega Man's red and white when he uses his weapon.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So he'd have different color schemes based on the weapon he's using. And because he changed colors, he's going to be called Rainbow Man.
Okay, so for you, about Mega Man specifically, is it the nostalgia, or is it just something about it specifically? that
It's
really-
got to be the game itself
Okay.
because there's just really fun levels, awesome music. It's got some of the best music from the original Nintendo,
Okay.
original NES. It's got some of the best original NES music. You guarantee, even if you've never played it, if you go on the internet regularly, you've heard Mega Man music. It's
Okay.
super catchy, super famous. That's just one of the bigger songs.
Okay.
But in Japan he was called Rockman, but when he was brought over to America, he's changed to Mega Man.
Okay.
So it's a humanoid robot is made by a scientist called Dr. Light.
Okay.
Dr. Light made Mega Man in order to fight against his old science partner, Dr. Wily. Dr. Wily and Dr. Light used to work together to make these things known as Robot Masters, these sentient robots who all have different jobs and help improve the world. Like there's Cutman, who would like help. I think he legitimately was made to like do tertiary gardening. He has like
No,
scissors on his head.
Wasn't he
Oh
meant
my.
for deforestation for like...
No, that was Fireman.
That's Fireman?
He's Edward Scissorhead.
Yeah, basically. then there was Fireman, who was meant for like slash and burn for like fixing forests and stuff,
Uh-huh.
like controlled burns of forests.
Slash and burn.
Well, yeah. There's Gutsman, who is like this super huge, strong robot that was made for construction labor.
Mm.
Yeah. So all the robot masters had different jobs, but then Wily's like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna take over the world." And then he controlled all the robot masters and started performing terrorist attacks.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And Dr. Light made Mega Man as a last resort in order to fight back against Wily. And Wily's the main villain of like all the original Mega Man games.
He's like the Eggman of the series.
Then there was Mega Man X, which
Oh.
a lot of people confuse. Yes, they're in the same universe, but they're several decades apart.
Okay.
Basically, take whatever Mega Man game came last, so that would be Mega Man 10?
Yeah,
there's
10.
10. So there's Mega Man 10. A couple decades later, that's where Mega Man X1 starts. Mega Man X. Mega Man X and the original Mega Man are not even the same character.
Okay.
The character from Mega Man X is named X, and he is a recreation of Mega Man in order to help this world. So he's what's known as a Maverick Hunter. Mavericks in Mega Man X lore are robots that usually have jobs and have contracted basically a virus that makes them go rogue and attack humans. Because in the Mega Man X universe, all robots are designed with one key core law. Do not harm humans.
So it's like iRobot.
It's like iRobot. Yeah, they
Yeah.
have like the law, do not harm humans. The Maverick virus corrupts them and then they start attacking humans.
Interesting. Okay.
So, Mega Man X, or just X, whichever you prefer, X is part of a police force called the Maverick Hunters, which is supposed to hunt down rogue robots and destroy them.
Okay.
The Mavericks are controlled by the Lord Butt-Chin himself, Sigma.
Lord Butt-Chin.
I call him that because if you... hold on, I'll pull up a picture of him. If you were to look at him, he has an enormous cleft chin that just looks like a giant butt.
And he's
Oh,
also
Lord
considered
Butt-Chin.
the most annoying recurring villain of all time.
He just never... Like, at least with Wily, you can physically see him fly away. Like, he pulls like a Dr. Robotnik from Sonic, like, oh shit, you blew up my Robot Masters, I'm gonna run away! And he, like, gets inside, like, a spaceship and flies off. You see him retreat. But with Sigma, you see his ass get blown up. And he just never dies. He just keeps coming back. Let me get a good picture of him.
And it's also fitting to talk about Mega Man X, considering he's
Look at that chin. That is a... God damn it, enlarge.
He's seen. I can see it though.
Boom, boom. Look at that fucking chin.
I mean,
Oh
literally,
my
you can
God.
see it from like the first
It's so
picture was
big.
like a full body picture, and literally, like on his phone, even though it's so tiny, you could still see it because it's just so
pronounced.
It's so
This
pronounced.
enormous
That's
butt
nuts.
chin.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
God. And
like-
he has this look on his face too. He seems like the type of guy. He would be kind of ridiculous, you know, like kind of a ridiculous villain. Like
He's
he's flying away, he's like, "I have a butt chin." Like
A lot of fans like to make fun of him and give him like a Skeletor voice.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You will not defeat me, X!
And especially
I am the leader of the Mavericks!
especially fitting with Mega Man X as one of the first characters announced for MVC. Like, the very first character they shown in the trailer.
X.
Especially because, you know, a lot of fans weren't happy with the roster of the last game.
Oh really?
Yeah, a lot of fans complain because they said, oh, it's too small. There's not a lot of cool characters. Who the fuck is Rocket Raccoon?
No, not even that. The fact there was no Mega Man in the Capcom store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Mega Man, not even Mega Man X. The only Mega Man characters that were in MVC3 were Tronbon, a character from Mega Man Legends, which is like a weird
Spin-off series.
spin-off, non-canon kind of thing, and Zero. Zero is a very, very interesting character in Mega Man X. He is the first ever Maverick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he was cured, and now he's part of the Maverick Hunters.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and
And he's so badass. Like, most Maverick Hunters have a gun installed in their arm. Like, their fucking arm turns into a cannon.
Yeah.
So X has it, a lot of the other Maverick Hunters have it, Zero has it too, but he barely ever uses it, and he uses a fucking beam sword because he's just that hardcore.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hold on, let me pull up a picture of Zero. He's
And-
so cool.
And not only that, Capcom, okay, this was a bad mistake on their part. They try to apologize for the lack of Mega Man, so they released DLC costumes, and Zero's costume was Mega Man X. But fans took it the wrong way. Like, it's like, why couldn't you
Look at
just...
Zero, he's so hardcore.
That's awesome.
I love him so much.
like, I'm guessing fans took it the wrong way because
Yeah.
it wasn't the actual. It's just like,
Oh, this isn't X, this is bullshit.
yeah. I mean,
I mean...
Before we move to Danielle's favorite Capcom game,
Go for it. Continue.
I'm
your
going to
thing.
say one amazing fun fact about Mega Man.
okay.
Originally, Mega Man was going to be the first Mega Man game, all the way back on the NES, was originally going to be an Astro Boy game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think you told me this
It
before.
was
and
origi-
I love that.
It was originally
Awesome.
going to be an Astro Boy game.
Mhm.
But while the game was being made, it took too long and they lost the rights. They lost the license to Astro Boy, so they're like, fuck! We have this almost finished game. What are we going to do? They're like,
Mega Man.
let's make them blue. Take away his jet boots, because Astro Boy's always had, like, jet feet. Like, let's make them blue, let's change the sprites, we'll change the story, we'll make up something new, because we can't throw away what we've done. We've done so much work on this game. So they just edited the sprites, and boom, Mega Man was made.
And this helped, and this launched Capcom. Like, it was one of their first big hits.
Like, seriously, back in, like, the 80s and 90s, like, the big characters of gaming, Mario, Sonic, they were, like, the heads. But a couple feet back was, like, Legend of Zelda and Mega Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
now
All
we'll
right,
go...
Danielle's going to talk about not only her favorite Capcom game, but her favorite game of all time.
Yes. Okay, we are going to talk about Okami. Alright, imagine Japanese mythology, like a huge collection of it, shoved into a Wii game. in which all of the artwork, not even joking, every single piece of art
Is
that you see in
calligraphy.
the game is calligraphy style.
Ooh.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to
That's
show
fun.
you what it looks like. Here you go.
And
Alright, imagine
Oh,
somebody
that's
hand-drawing it in calligraphy with a calligraphy pen and then just filling it with
Yeah,
paint.
it's like
and that's what
Chinese
it looks
paintings.
like. It
Yeah.
looks
That's so
absolutely
cool.
And-
fucking gorgeous. And that's the entire game.
and
You play as Amaterasu, goddess of the sun.
Yeah.
she was
Alright.
she was playable in MVC3.
Mm-hmm. She was playable in MVC3. Amaterasu, you play as a wolf that's white with red markings. And she is revived as the world is being destroyed by a massive dragon called Orochi. Alright? And he has been
Orochi.
freed from his previous capture and is destroying the world with his sheer evil presence. Like, he doesn't even have to move.
He's not
his
even doing
presence
anything.
stretches over the world, demons go everywhere, things are being destroyed, and he ain't moving. That's how
I
powerful
feel like
this
that's
dude
what
is.
I do when I come into a room.
I feel like that's what I do every time I take a shit in someone's
I
house.
just have a cloud of evil.
You kidding? That's what happens when I wake up.
So,
I just no, like
I wake up in the morning
Feeling
spreading
like
evil
PD.
I
karma.
have to purge all my evilness in the morning, so I'll be good for the rest of the
Oh
day.
my gosh, so cool.
I just feel like I walk into someone's house, I take a shit, and it's cursed now.
Oh my god.
Like anyone in this home is now infertile, and no flowers here could ever grow.
Okay.
You're a walking Chernobyl in your ass.
So, I'm gonna give
Don't
a...
go in that house. A cloud of evil. It's
Mom,
spread.
Dad, don't touch it.
The-
It's
You
evil.
hear a toilet flush afterwards.
Like people screaming.
Oh my god.
I remember the first time he played D&D and Cole took a shit. And then I was like, well, we're all screwed.
It's when I flush the toilet, it's like the swirling whirlpool of souls in the Disney Hercules movie.
No, you have a Solnado, but in reverse.
Oh my god. You swim deeper and then you die.
Why would you be swimming in a toilet anyway?
No. In the cloud of
The cloud of gas.
But anyway, continue.
Big
Yeah.
balls of gas.
Okay, so without giving any spoilers, in the beginning of the game, they give you a bunch of prologues so you understand what's happening.
Right.
And
That
there
goes
used to
on
be-
just shy of forever.
Yeah, it's very slow and actually narrated, so it's been given time so people can actually hear and listen to what the guy's trying to say. Anyway,
Wait, hold on. Do they actually have a voice actor narrating it, or is it like the normal Simlish
it's
in the game?
Simlish. He's like...
All
what
the
it sounds
characters
like.
talking. You know, have you ever heard the term Simlish?
Mm-mm.
Simlish is like a common term that a lot of gamers use. Like, you know, like in Legend of Zelda when characters talk, like yes, you just read their text, but there is a noise they make.
Yeah.
It's the noise.
Okay.
So like,
That's what the noise is.
like there's like the narrator speaking, and you read his text at the bottom, but you just hear
Yeah.
like it's just a bunch of noise.
Every time I think of that, I think of Banjo-Kazooie with all the weird noises characters make.
Every single character in Banjo-Kazooie has their own unique noise they make for Simlish. There's a character named Captain Blubber. He just constantly belches. It's just burping.
Nice.
Alright, so I'm going to explain basically what they tell you really fast, okay?
Okay.
So that I can tell you about the basic
Magic
plot.
sword, seal Orochi,
Hey.
boom.
Hey, no, there's more than that. Okay, so there's a wolf that people are scared of in the village because they think that it's actually planning out with Orochi. who
Not
is alive
fast
at the
enough.
time. Gonna hurt you. Okay.
You already have.
Every month on the full moon, Orochi claims one of those beautiful women in the village and eats her. All right.
Oh.
So 1 month, and it gets pretty dark. Okay. So 1 month, the moon comes and an arrow hits the house of the person he chooses, and the guy's like, "Dude, that's the girl I'm in love with. I don't want her getting killed." So he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna dress up like her instead, and I'm gonna go defeat her so that he can't kill any more women, and he ain't gonna take my girl." All right.
Okay.
So he goes in there, and on the way there, he fights. He sees the wolf, and he's like, "You ain't gonna stop me, wolf. I know you're working with Orochi." And he's like, "No, I ain't gonna help you." So they fight, and the wolf lets him win, thinking it's okay. And when it gets to the dragon's place, he starts fighting the dragon. Dragon can't get hit by his sword, man. Sword ain't tough enough. Freaking scales are like steel. So the wolf comes in, helps him. Turns out the wolf is actually giving power by the gods. Okay? Alright. So the man and the wolf, they work together and they beat the dragon and they save the girl. And then the man traps the dragon with his sword in the ground in like sacred land. Alright?
Okay.
The wolf dies.
Sad.
Wolf, sad.
Sad
So,
life.
100 years later,
I
okay?
got so attached to this wolf in the 5-second
Yeah, exactly.
story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, 100 years later, freaking descendant of the hero who killed the dragon, thinks it's a myth, alright? Pulls the sword out of the ground, releases Orochi, and all crazy hell breaks loose, alright? You have been created out of a statue of the wolf that saved their lives 100 years ago, alright? So you're basically arisen from the dead, Alright? With the powers of the goddess of the sun, Amaterasu.
I
But
thought you
you're a
just
wolf.
are Amaterasu.
Same.
Actually, yeah, but it's like... You're basically a reincarnation. It's explained that you're a
Shit at
reincarnation.
explaining stories.
Wow.
Me!
All right,
slap me in the
so
tit.
that's the basic gist because
Mhm.
we still gotta move on
Yeah,
and
yeah. Just your journey is to go across Japan and save the world from evil monsters that
And
were caused by
you
Orochi.
cast spells by drawing with your Wiimote.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of cool because like what I'm really liking so far is that Capcom brings like a wide spectrum of characters.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And
Fighting game,
and genres.
sci-fi, Japanese fantasy.
and not
Yeah.
to mention survival horror with Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, you should talk about Resident Evil.
Oh, I can't even. Basically, for those who
Okay, fine. Just talk about your favorite. Talk about Resident Evil 4.
I thought we already covered everything we needed to.
The games.
This January, evil comes home.
basically just for better
Evil
time,
forgot its keys
Resident
and came
Evil.
home.
Resident Evil was one.
Then they're going back out to the grocery store.
Again, like Street Fighter, it wasn't the first.
Stop touching my chest.
Anyway, it wasn't the first of its genre, but it's the one that revolutionized the genre. Resident Evil was the one that revolutionized survival horror.
Okay.
And it's one of those games everyone played as a kid. Well, I'm not sure you played Resident Evil as a kid.
No.
Well, most of us played Resident Evil when you were younger. Boop, boop. And it's one of those games like, with us being 10-year-olds, like, oh, you gotta play that game, this is really scary.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
it's so scary.
Oh my god.
I mean, Resident Evil 4 is actually still holds up, it's pretty scary as well.
I mean-
peed myself, but that's okay because
Regenerator.
Kinda.
The Regenerator is so
That's like
freaky.
the one scary bit.
I was wearing my dead puss. So
But yeah.
Bye-bye.
But yeah,
Diapers.
there's so many games Capcom has for the rosters, as we can saw in the series. Like, we got, not only we got Street Fighter for fighting games, we also got the Darkstalker series, which is all, like, basically fighting games, but with monsters.
Yeah,
That's
there's
where
a
Morgan
werewolf character, a fishman, a
Mor-
vampire,
Morgan, who's a succubi.
BB Hood.
BB Hood. I hope she's an MVC.
Imagine Little Red Riding Hood, but her basket is full of guns.
Oh,
And she's
The-
called BB Hood.
the original Ruby.
Oh God.
cool.
So yeah, we've got this variety, and now we gotta go to the Wayne part for this special. Who do we want to see? Now this game has been confirmed, and
Okay, the only confirmed characters are Morgan from Darksiders, Captain America.
Darkstalkers.
Wait, did I say Darksiders?
Yes,
Darkstalkers. Okay, Darkstalkers. Captain America, Iron Man, Mega Man X, and Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel.
don't forget Ryu.
And Ryu.
And Ryu, yeah.
Ryu.
I hope they bring Ami back, but they don't make her crazy overpowered with her super move.
Ami had a decent build, but the problem was she had two nasty flaws.
Yeah.
She was too
She had a
short.
move that spammed the entire fucking screen.
That's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, unless you're blocking, it's hitting.
Oh
It
yeah,
filled, like, the entire screen.
Yeah.
and it happens so fast.
It's
does.
balls.
And she
is
was-
the shortest character in the game because she is a wolf on all fours.
They need to make her hitbox a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Or at least just size her up a bit because
Yeah.
she is like I'm telling you, she's shorter than Rocket.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
No, because Rocket stands on his hinds.
I mean, it seemed like the wolf was pretty big.
Yeah, she's the average sized wolf. They just
Yeah,
missized
it's
her.
just her
Yeah.
her hitbox was technically shorter because Rocket was a
Yeah.
little bit
So
higher
like
up.
if her head was here, her hitbox was here, and you couldn't hit her because your
I mean,
your sword
even
was
if
still
they
here.
got a retcon like a little,
Just make her a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I mean, you could say, like, because, I mean, whether it's a reincarnation or if it's, like, imbued with the spirit of Amaterasu,
You could
like,
bring
you
in
could
her
make
son.
the excuse that this wolf is giant just
a bit
because
bigger.
of those, yeah.
Make her like a dire wolf or something from like Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
Is that what a dire wolf sounds like, Cole?
So we got
Yes.
6 characters confirmed, and I feel like
Oh, you want to hear my dragon impression?
You should have warned them before you did that.
Oh god, that audio.
Oh.
Hey, you want to hear Cthulhu?
So,
Warning.
all right, we're gonna go for each of us characters we want to see either return and all that stuff. So,
All right, we're gonna go backwards this time. So Danielle starts first.
Okay, does Ami count? Because we already said it.
Yeah,
Yes.
go
I
ahead.
said it?
Okay.
So Amaterasu.
Amaterasu. Oh, just one?
Go on. No, just
Okay.
like list a couple
Oh.
off the top of your head.
I'd love if they brought in like other characters from the series, but like Waka. That'd be
Fuck
hilarious.
Waka. Waka sucks.
You don't like him. I don't care.
He's a piece
Okay.
of shit. He's a
Oh.
French guy in
Well,
a Japanese
okay,
story. It's
no,
stupid.
here's the thing, Danielle. Think of these characters that will work in a fighting game, not just characters you just want to see in general.
Yeah, I know. he actually
Phoenix
can't fight.
Wright should could
Phoenix
come
Wright
back.
would be great.
I know you like Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright was amazing, and I never got a chance to play as it, but I watch people play, and it's hilarious. his
Danielle,
moveset.
you know what's the thing with Phoenix Wright that's so great?
Uh-huh.
He has the highest damage output of any character in the entire roster.
If you
the
go
whole
into
playthrough of Phoenix Wright is gathering evidence, and once you gather that, like, you have to, like, fight them, and as you're fighting, you find pieces of evidence that they've done some kind of crime,
And
then your super move is going, objection! You did this, this, and this, and here's my evidence, blah, 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 and then it hits them in the face.
Their ultimate move is you take them to court.
Oh,
You-
Hold on. And if you are what's known as X Factor, which is like a super mode that does extra damage and stuff. So if you're an X Factor and you do your full charged up hyper combo as Phoenix Wright, it has the most damage of any attack in the entire game.
Mhm.
You can one-shot a lot of characters.
Like the characters that have lower health, it can one shot them.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's ludicrous.
The Raging Demon is not as powerful compared to it.
Cool.
Raging Demon.
So,
Anything else?
Are we just talking Capcom?
Marvel.
Yeah. Capcom, Marvel, any
yeah,
character.
any
Oh
character.
my god. I really want to see Thor.
Thor?
Okay.
Thor is going to come back. That's a guarantee.
Thor is my baby.
Because there's rumors they're going to focus on
I mean,
Marvel.
you say that, but then they didn't have Mega Man in the last game.
Well, here's the thing. Marvel has a lot of influence in this game, more
They
so,
do.
and they want to push in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, you know, who's one of the big characters in the MCU?
Thor.
Thor.
Regardless of how much of his movies are just kind of
I disagree.
No, it's true. Honestly, okay, like, and it's so sad because since I've been reading, like, Thor Goddess of Thunder and I've been reading, like, other Thor comics, I love the characters so much. But the movies, like, the first ones
Like
especially,
Thor is
it took me 4 times before I got through the first 30 minutes. I literally passed out 3 times.
like Thor as a
within the first 30
character is
minutes.
great, but just the movie around him is just kind of boring.
It is. It's
Hopefully
kinda
Rag-
boring. And I never fall asleep during movies, especially the first time I see them, because like I want to get the full experience. But it was so boring, I passed out.
So is there any other Marvel character, hon? So
Oh.
Amaterasu and Thor.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Okay, the first character you listed that's not a god.
All right.
I just realized that.
All right, so I guess we can't say Black Panther because I feel like that's a character we're all want to be in the game. So Danielle took it from us.
Well, Black Panther is my favorite character right
He's
now.
a babe.
I mean, as far as Marvel goes,
Babe.
Black Panther is, like, killing my favorites list right now. For real. Like, damn. Okay, Colby, what about you?
Oh, you're just gonna pass the torch to me?
Well, I don't have a lot that I'm, like, I want to, like, share. So, like...
Okie dokie. So what do you want to see in the next game?
Oh
Tell me, Brittany.
Oh my god, Becky.
Look
All
at her butt.
You can stop now. The joke was firmly established. Now you just ruined it.
Oh my god.
All right, so
Has its best.
Batman.
Where we make our special guest cry.
We do.
all right,
Yeah.
so
Anyway, so
Um,
what are you excited to see?
I'd like something, definitely that could. I'm having trouble.
Talking.
Speak.
Probably more Mega Man characters, just because I'm a huge nerd. Like I mentioned this before, but like maybe like Bass and Treble from the original Mega Man series.
Or roll.
No, Roll really wouldn't work. She's
Oh,
not very
no.
strong.
Roll was an assist character for Mega Man in
Oh,
the
she
original
was?
series.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Bass and Treble are characters from the original Mega Man series. I think their first appearance was in 7. It was basically Wily's answer to Mega Man. Bass was Wily's attempt at making Mega Man.
Okay.
So Bass would be kind of cool. Rush as a character 4.
Yes, please.
Like maybe like not only is there X, there's the classic Mega Man, because they could operate like completely different characters. Maybe Dr. Wily himself as a character, and he kind of works like maybe like Pokemon Trainer from Super Smash Brothers. So like he just throws out different robot masters, or he like flies around in his ship shooting
Oh, that'd
shit.
be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Wily.
That'd be awesome.
If I'm talking about moving away from Mega Man, like maybe some Resident Evil characters, so maybe someone like keep Nemesis from MVC3.
Nemesis was one of my favorite characters.
So Nemesis, or if they're gonna have any human, I'd probably want it to be Leon.
Oh fuck, Chris!
Like-
not me, but the actual Chris in Resident
Like-
Evil.
Yeah, fuck that, Chris.
Chris Redfield. I wouldn't want Chris Redfield. Wouldn't want Jill Valentine. Leon.
Okay, I want Jill, but I want classic Jill from MVC2. But
Okay.
she can summon actual zombies and stuff, so she was pretty fun. Instead of boring Black Widow knockoff that we got in MVC3.
So yeah, like if I want any, I'm just saying personally for me, because like Leon is my favorite human from the Resident Evil series. So Leon, Beautiful Joe,
Oh.
keep him. Beautiful Joe is the shit.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
Joe.
Did I not talk about this? Is gonna be an extra long episode because we're on like the 50-minute mark and we're not even done.
It's a special, so
It's a special. We can go for a little extra. Beautiful Joe is a movie about a dude named Joe takes his girlfriend to a movie, and then crazy shit happens, and Joe gets sucked inside the movie land. And he has the power to use a VCR. Basically, he can fast forward, slow mo, and like pause movies while
Okay,
in
when
it.
you originally said it, I was like,
So like, like the strategy is manipulating the abilities because like when you're in slow mo, yes, you move super slow, but all your punches do extra damage. Like you double your damage, but you're super slow.
that's cool.
But when you fast forward, you do half damage, but you're super fast.
he was probably one of my favorite characters in MVC.
And he's got like so the term beautiful is so awesome. Beautiful in canon of Beautiful Joe is when something is so incredibly awesome it defies all logic. So that's beautiful.
You know, Beautiful is now a part of the Capcom games. Like, whenever you make a really high combo in any of their games,
Beautiful.
Beautiful is
Oh
used.
my gosh, that's awesome.
Beautiful. VIEWITUTFUL. Beautiful.
Nice. That was right.
So Beautiful Joe. Moving to Dead Rising. I want Chris to have some stuff too, so he like you can talk about the other series. I don't really care, but
Dead Rising is a Capcom?
yes, Dead
Yes.
Rising is Capcom.
No
I mean, Dead
idea.
Rising 4 came out yesterday.
Shit, you're not gonna get that. If they're gonna have any Dead Rising character, keep Frank. Frank West from Dead Rising 1, and he's the main character Dead Rising 4. He was also a playable character in the Dead Rising 2 DLC. But like, I think Frank is the face of the series. Keep him. Don't use Chuck. Don't use the guy from Dead Rising 3. Keep Frank. He's got so much charisma. He's super lovable. He covered wars, you know.
He covered. I love that was part of his bio in MVC 3.
He covered wars, you know. He's like a journalist, and like in the first game, the plot is he's a journalist sent into a mall that's infested with a zombie outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like going to investigate, and he has to survive.
Okay.
So one of the things is he's covered war stories. So it's just he covered wars, you know.
It was so left field with that line. It became a staple in the series.
I love it. All right, I'm done on my tirade. Chris, you go. Who do you want?
Okay, I'm gonna go with who I want from Capcom and who I want from Marvel.
Okay, nope.
Who I want from Capcom, Azura definitely should be playable.
Azura from Azura's Wrath. I think we talked a little bit about Azura's Wrath last time.
Yeah, and you
Like God of War with Hindu mythology.
Yeah, you've explained that to me before, so yeah.
Azura, I want M. Bison back. I definitely want M. Bison back.
Psycho Crusher!
M. Bison's one of my favorite characters. Who else do I want from Capcom? Someone that we haven't used before. I'm trying to think. Maybe Rainbow Mika? Not even because, she's one of the hottest characters in Street Fighter. But just because I did actually play Street Fighter 5, she is very fun to play.
Oh, she's the best!
She's a great charge character.
She's pretty awesome. I'll give you that.
As for the Marvel side, this is going to be quite a list.
Oh dear.
Here's the thing. I want Venom, but I want Flash Thompson Venom. Because it's going to be a very unique... Not only is basically a more aggressive Spider-Man, but also, use some gunplay here and there.
Danielle is actually combing my hair right now. Just thought I'd mention that for those back home.
Why?
Why are you doing it?
Because you didn't say I couldn't.
You didn't say I couldn't murder the president.
Anywho, I want Moon Knight.
No one said I can't smoke meth in the bathroom.
I want Moon Knight in the game.
Moon Knight would be pretty sick.
I would love.
Oh hell yes.
Moon Knight would be sick.
I love Moon Knight. I hope he's crazy awesome.
Moon Knight, I want...
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want...
That's a gift.
Just crazy awesome and just crazy in general.
Want Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel. She basically like this game's Dulcim, but cuter.
Yeah.
Maybe have more spider characters. Maybe have Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Do you think Moon Knight has a nice butt?
Yes.
Because he's Moon Knight.
Damn it, Caitlin.
I mean, can't really tell with the artwork. It's very scratchy.
You know what?
Strategic butt coverings. The patriarchy just doesn't want us to admire a good man butt.
I know. I mean,
They're always about only sexualizing women. It's not fair. Meh.
Anyway,
I make stupid arguments on Tumblr.
Anyway.
I got locked out of my Tumblr account.
I like your khaki shorts.
Jokes nobody
Pizza,
understands.
the essence of life.
Alright, other characters. I definitely want to see Spider-Gwen, maybe like her be
Spider-Gwen, do what they did in Injustice for Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Like, because normally in Injustice there's Hal Jordan, but there's a skin where you can play as Jon Stewart, and they even got him a different voice actor. Mm-hmm. So like maybe they have Spider-Man, but like an alternate costume, they get another voice, they get a voice actress, and they get Spider-Gwen as like a costume.
Or I was thinking maybe like an example for fighting game for Injustice. It's like the choice between Batman and Batgirl. Like, maybe Spider-Gwen has a completely different moveset.
Like, maybe
it's ironic, even though she's a girl, she fights a lot more aggressive compared to Spider-Man.
Like, instead of web swinging, she kind of, like, webs people to her.
No, like, her super move she does, you read Spider-Gwen, remember when she did what she did to Rhino? Where she, like, played drums on his face?
Yeah.
Her taunt,
brain smash!
No, what'd be hilarious when her taunt is, like, a reference to Robot Chicken, where she gets two, like, drumsticks, she just drops them. So yeah, like, that's the thing about Marvel's Capcom. You can have two similar characters, but they can fight completely differently. Like, they have Wolverine and X-23 in the last game. They had Hulk and She-Hulk.
Yeah.
They fight completely differently.
Cool.
So, Kaitlyn, characters you want to see?
Oh.
Probably going to be mostly Marvel, since you're not really well-versed in Capcom.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about Capcom, but, as for Marvel, you guys have named a lot of characters that I really want to play.
Maybe Thor, Goddess of Thunder?
Lady Thor?
I mean, I am partial to her.
I'd highly doubt it.
Yeah, I
because
doubt it too.
They're doing the MCU.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of, like, exclusive comic characters. I meant, like I mentioned last time, like, I hope they could do it. Like, I'd said, like, one character, but it's Groot and Rocket as, like, a one thing.
I think
like
I
Ice
would
Climbers
really
from
enjoy,
Smash Bros.
You know what? I just thought of this. I would really enjoy playing Ant-Man.
Ant-Man?
Yeah.
He should also have the ability to go Giant Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be one of his ultimate moves.
He just goes Giant Man and steps on people.
Yeah.
He'd probably be an interesting fast character. Like, he doesn't have dashes, he just shrinks and grows.
Yeah, I would really like that, actually.
Or, like, he should, like, for, like, maybe, like, a really big attack, he just turns giant for a second and throws, like, a roundhouse kick and shrinks back to normal.
Yes.
What's funny, Ant-Man was in MCC3 as Hawkeye's super.
Yeah,
okay.
Hawkeye's ultimate move is that he, like, loads an arrow and fires it, and you see Ant-Man sitting on the tip, and then he, like, grows up and then punches him out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So, yeah, Ant-Man would probably be a big one for me.
I
don't know other than
maybe
that, honestly.
Thanos? Because Thanos was playable in, MVC2.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know.
Oh, he was so bullcrap. You know what? He had 6 hyper combos.
What the fuck? Okay.
They're all Infinity Stones.
God damn it, Thanos. That dang it, Thanos.
Oh, by the way, I know he's not part of the MCU, but can we please have Doom in MCU4 simply because he's one of my main characters?
Doom.
I wouldn't mind having Dr. Doom there.
He has one of the best freaking downward kicks in the entire air kicks in the game.
Hell yeah.
He throws his feet down in an air kick with the confidence of a dude bro whipping his junk out.
Yep.
I'm trying to,
That's imagery right there.
That's oddly specific
He's
imagery.
so confident. He's just like,
doesn't-
boom, I'm God.
It doesn't get better than that, ladies and gentlemen.
maybe Scarlet Witch.
The Scarlet Witch.
How did I even... I'm an idiot. Of course I'm excited about it. Of course I would want Scarlet Witch in the game. What? Like...
Squirrel Girl.
Oh, I so want. No joke. Squirrel Girl can actually be a really fun joke character.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like instead of Deadpool, they have Squirrel Girl this time.
Oh dear
Like
God, I
seeing
love it.
seeing her
Siri.
Siri
Siri, tell me what's in MVC4.
seeing her in like a serious art style though
Would be amazing.
amazing, also weird.
I mean, Capcom's going to have some really weird characters on their side, so why can't Marvel
well,
join
no,
in?
I don't think it's not that she's a weird character. It's like usually in the comics she has like this really cutesy art style.
Yeah.
You know, in the comic books. So to see her like hyper realistic would
I mean, they don't really go hyper realistic.
Or not
It's kind of like
hyper-realistic.
like a cartoony, cell shaded kind of thing.
Yeah, but still, like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's not quite on the level of like Injustice. I think Injustice is a bit more so. Oh, like when it comes to like,
The art style.
Yeah, how realistic they make the characters look and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, MVC takes a little bit of liberties with their characters. It's like they look like they came from the comic. Like
I mean, it looks great.
Yeah.
Like,
looks great. Yeah, it looks great.
And this game's early development, so it might look better when the game gets officially released.
Yeet.
So, should we talk about the mechanics in this game they revealed?
Yeah. There's gonna be a new mechanic.
Several new mechanics.
2v2. 2v2. It's always been 3v3.
Well,
instead of picking just one character, you pick 3, and you have like a team.
I mean, MVC 2 and 3 did that because MVC 1 had 2 characters.
Okay, so it's like MVC 1. So like you have 2 characters and you form like a team of 2. And apparently they're really focusing on like tying in combos.
So instead of assists, you can just summon.
Because normally you would just press a button and one of your teammates would jump in, do a single attack, and then get back off screen.
Right.
But it looks like this one you can like quickly swap between your characters and continue combos with them, and they work together like in tandem.
Oh, that's interesting.
That looks like it's gonna really increase the flow and speed of combat.
Ooh, okay.
Which I'm really into that.
Yeah, I mean that'll change the mechanics like.
And using Infinity Stones as power-ups.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Like at the beginning of the match, apparently you can equip an Infinity Stone to your character, like the time gem.
Yeah.
And just boom, you can I think I don't know, we haven't been told the rules, but like once per match, or instead of using your hyper combo, you can activate one of the Infinity Stones, and like if you have time, your enemy is forced into slow-mo.
Whoa.
So
with the power
to
stone.
kind of get you like. For any of you who are super, super out of the loop, all of the movies in the MCU right now, if you haven't noticed,
There's
have
these
been
little glowing rocks.
Little glowing rock things that keep coming up in all
They look
the
really
movies.
tasty.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
Thor,
the Avengers movies,
Thor Dark World.
All of them. They
Doctor
are
Strange.
tying them all together with these little tiny rocks. Okay, so it's based off of this story called
The
Infinity Gauntlet. And basically Thanos, the big purple monkey that sits in a
Monkey.
chair in space, who really hasn't done anything yet. But
What do we know about Thanos? You know he's purple?
he's a monkey.
He likes sitting in chairs.
That's it. Anyway, so in the story, he basically has this gauntlet called the Infinity Gauntlet.
I'm
Obviously.
legitimately curious
And-
why you're calling him a monkey.
I don't know. He just looks like a big ape to me.
I can see it.
He's like great. He's like the cartoon character Grape Ape.
He's Grape Ape.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyway, and the gauntlet has slots for all of the Infinity Stones, and each of the Infinity Stones is capable of great power.
Like,
And so,
they've been around, like, before time.
They're manifestations of what created the universe.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, in the Marvel Universe, when the Big Bang happened, like, the energy from that whatever happening created, like, these little stones that are the sources of power in all the universe.
So what are they? Name
We
them
have the Time Stone, which controls time.
Mhm.
Mind Stone, that controls minds.
You don't have to say what they do. I think their names are very self-explanatory.
I mean,
off. Just go ahead.
Power Stone, Space Stone, Soul Stone, and Reality Stone.
Okay.
Yeah, there are 6.
So basically, Thanos gets all of the stones and has them in the gauntlet, and then basically
I'm gonna wipe
everybody.
Not everyone. He's like, I'm gonna take 50% of the entire universe and kill it. Because I have a boner for
Well,
death and I want to impress
I
him.
was saying everybody had to team up.
Oh
to-
yeah, all
Yeah.
the Marvel Universe had to team up to stop him.
Which
Heroes,
is what they're
villains.
leading up to in the MCU currently. That's why they're tying in Doctor Strange and the
Guardians.
Guardians and the Avengers. So it might seem like overwhelming with all these heroes. And that's what they're calling it Infinity War, right?
Infinity War, yeah.
Yeah.
Infinite War.
So that's what that movie is basically going to be.
Especially makes sense because MVC 4 is called MVC Infinite, so.
Yeah. So, and that's what, you can use stones in the game
As
right,
power-ups.
as power-ups.
So,
yeah.
I want to know I want to know what Mind Stone will do.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I know one bullshit thing it could do.
Hmm.
Reverse your control scheme for a bit.
oh, it fucks your controls.
Oh, that would be butt.
Or oh god, I just tried to think of something else, but it would basically do the exact same thing as reverse controls.
Mm.
You know what would be those bullshit things? Soul Gem.
Oh, drains your life.
Yeah, just drains life.
Mm.
It's
So-
probably very limited.
Definitely, but that could turn a match.
What about Reality Gem?
Maybe you get an
You start
no,
floating.
you know what else would be bullshit?
Hmm.
You have an unlimited hyper combo for a bit.
Then you can just spam hyper combos. You would dominate.
Yeah, that'd be butt. No way.
It'd be so broken. It'd be like how going Super Saiyan worked in Dragon Ball Z Universe 1.
Or maybe it's like Dan's combo where you can only use it once, but it just fills it up. Like, not infinite, but it just fills it up.
I don't know, maybe.
Space Stone, probably can teleport willingly around this field.
Yeah, maybe. Gives you like a super spammy bullshit teleport move.
Yeah. Huh. Well, yeah. So...
Also, can we take a guess who the fucking villain is for this game?
It looks like Ultron, but he's got like eyes in his chest. So either he's trying his Gurren Lagann cosplay, or I don't know.
I mean, I've seen weird Ultron designs in comics. Maybe there was a design where he had eyes on his chest.
Well, in like the original Ultron, wasn't he? He wasn't a robot, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was. He's always been.
He's
a robot.
always been a robot.
Oh, okay. I, for some reason, thought he was an alien at one point.
No, he was a robot. It's just
I think you're thinking of Brainiac from DC.
Yeah, Brainiac started out as an alien.
And now he's a robot.
He's like a supercomputer.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ultron probably is a good contender. Or unless they do like something like MVC2 where they make a completely new villain. Because MVC2 had an original villain, which I have no idea what his deal is. Apparently he was some evil chrome cube surrounded by goo. No, literally. That was the villain of MVC2.
What the fuck?
He was like this he was like this chrome sphere that had was surrounded by goo and then was surrounded by weird samurai armor.
What the fuck?
It keeps getting weirder the more you say.
Yeah, his name was Goosphere.
I think his name was oh, I remember. His name was Abyss.
And his name
Abyss.
was...
Ted.
I was gonna say Bingo.
Yeah, I remember his name.
And Bingo was his name. Oh.
No, Kaylin, here's the thing.
I want somebody to take like a children's rhyme and like make it really dark and like epic, like a fucking like terrifying bedtime story.
Read by Christopher Lee.
Oh dear.
Mary had a little lamb
But
whose fleece was white as snow.
Daddy, you're scary.
Daddy, I don't like this story.
Well, too.
Hey, Dad.
And
It's scaring me.
It's so fucking bad. Go to sleep.
all right.
Go the fuck to sleep.
Go the fuck.
To sleep.
All right, so
That
now the
book
question
is
goes
great.
on is which fighting game we're excited about, because 2017 we got 2 superhero fighting games coming out next year, Injustice 2 and MVC 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more excited for Injustice, but... That's mostly because I just don't know a lot about Capcom, so...
Crapcom.
Capcom!
Hey, okay, as much as I love Capcom, they're...
No, I love them too.
but
But I
they-
just give them shit because they've been pissing me off for the past few years.
Oh god, on disc DLC, what the hell?
No, you fucking assholes. Like, I love them. Like, I can't just ditch them. They're a big part of me. But, like, god damn it, Capcom. They're like, they're like your drunken, abusive aunt.
At least, then, if that's the case, what's EA?
EA is,
The cousin we don't like to talk about.
he's your disgusting, sweaty, incestual uncle.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
No,
No, I just prefer cousin I don't like to talk about.
like, why is he not here? We don't talk about
No,
it.
we didn't even invite him. He just kind of showed up.
Yeah, exactly.
What? What are you doing in my house? This is my house, EA. Good! Thank you for inviting me! we didn't invite you, EA.
It's like, you get this favorite game, it's like, oh, Mass Effect, and you see the EA logo, and you're like,
Well, no, Mass Effect is still really good.
it's
Oh,
really
no, it's
good.
still
It's
great.
just, you gotta
and then
and then you have
Mass
to do-
Effect 3 shit itself.
It was good until the end.
Yeah.
No, literally. It was that one of those games where it was like 99.9% of the game was good, but then you reach the ending and you're like, wait, what?
But why?
So, do you think we have anything else to cover?
No, I'm thinking that's pretty good. Thanks for joining us on this
I think we
complete coverage of, or not, not complete, but we did
the
get a lot of
Hats and
Capcom.
Chats Capcom Special. Because Danielle talked briefly about her all-time favorite video game, I think it'd be kind of fun. Like, we wrap this up on a positive note. Let's have the three of us say our all-time favorite video games.
Okay.
Caitlin, what's your all-time favorite game?
My all-time favorite game, hands down, is Skyrim.
Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim.
I'll just say why real quick.
Yeah, just
I
a
wasn't-
quick couple reasons.
I wasn't super into video games. Like, I played them growing up, But then I turned 16 years old, and I got Skyrim. I remember I played it on my cousin's PlayStation, because I didn't even have one at the time. And it was like, I still remember it. The day that I got it, I remember this, like, first opening scene coming on, and it's saying, Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. And the music was just so beautiful and gorgeous, and I was like, I'm in love. I'm in love with this game.
And then you clocked in like 9 billion hours on it.
That's how I felt with Tommy.
Yeah, well,
Give or take.
Yeah, give or take
A few million years.
Zillion.
Not
But
even
yeah.
counting your other playthroughs.
No, I think just accumulated time, it has to be well over 1,000 hours.
Yeah, I spent so much time on the game. And like, especially once I got it on the computer and then started modding it, it was just like a whole new world opened up, so.
A whole new world! A new fantastic way to play!
Oh.
All new weird shit I can do! And stuff to spawn! Why am I bleeding?
And you see Thomas the Tank Engine Dragon behind you.
Thomas the Tank Engine Dragons is like one of my favorite mods.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I just imagine, like, when you started to sing A Whole New World, I wanted to say, a whole Fusrono!
Fusrono! A whole
Okay,
new
so
dragon
what-
shit.
Cole,
Favorite game?
what is
Here we
yours?
go.
Alright,
Okay.
my all-time favorite game. I've played a lot of games, been playing video games since I was like 4 years old on a Game Boy Color I stole from a kid in a hair salon. No, I hope you know I'm
Oh
dead.
my gosh, that's insane!
Dead
Yeah.
fucking serious. I was waiting for a haircut when I was like 4 years old, and a little girl was playing a Game Boy, and I'm like, whoa, what's that? She's like, it's a Game Boy. And I'm like, oh, can I see it? And then I took it.
Oh!
She like gave it to him and then she left without taking it back.
Yeah.
He is the pure incarnation of evil.
It's like the first crime ever. I stole a little girl's Game Boy Color
At 4 years
when
old!
I was 4. Because, like, I didn't know.
What a
Hard
convict!
the motherfucking thing.
I was 4.
I go hard in the motherfucking like.
I got broads in Atlantis. You've never seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so your favorite game. Your
Favorite game of all time is Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Fucking, I can talk about all the reasons I love this game for actual days. Just, for those who don't know the plot, you are a guy, he looks very feminine, but I can assure you he is a guy named Wander. Wander's love, Mono, dies. He is refusing to accept this, and he basically makes a deal with the devil, but they don't say it directly. A powerful force called Dorman. Dorman says, hey, buddy, old pal, can you do me a favor? There are 16 giant creatures called Colossuses, or Colossi.
Yeah.
And if you can hunt down and kill all 16 of them, I'll bring your waifu back to life. I'll turn your waifu body pillow to life.
Oh dear god.
Oh,
That went in a
God.
direction I wasn't ready for.
Oh.
So,
we were good, and then we were like,
then it got, and then it went into Weeb Town.
weaved out. We took a detour, and then we were like,
Dude,
where the
take me
fuck
to-
are we?
Weeby Town.
Weeby town!
Otaku Town!
We're even us anime
Let me
fans
show you
are
something to
thinking.
otaku about. Okay, so
We gotta get out of here.
The 16 giant monsters. They are so well designed. I don't think I've ever seen a game convey fighting enemies of a gigantic size so well.
Oh my
they,
god.
They move so slow. They trumble around. I don't even know if trumble's a word. They send tremors through the ground with every step. Seriously, I'm talking. There are times where they step and your character trips just from all the force they're shooting out when they walk. And you have to climb them. And fighting them is not just a fight. It's also puzzle solving, because you have to figure out just how do you hurt these fucking things. And so it's just you, a sword you stole from a king in a forbidden land, your bow, your arrows, and your horse. Go on this massive adventure, look all over the place, explore this beautiful landscape, fight 16 monsters, and get your girl. I won't spoil the ending, you just have to play it. There's an HD re-release on the PS3.
Same with Okami.
Either way, I'd say the original PS2 version or the PS3 version, both just fucking beautiful, gorgeous games.
Gorgeous.
Very beautiful games.
All-time favorite game, hands down, no competition. Chris, you're going.
It's probably the game that brought me to my favorite video game genre,
Mhm.
MVC2. It's one of my all-time favorite video games.
Really?
Really?
MVC2. We had this whole Capcom special, and you didn't even mention that until now.
I was saving it.
You know what? I think you did a good job then.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Simply
But yeah.
because my all-time favorite video game genre is fighting games. I just love the mechanics of it, how much thought and effort.
Catharsis.
There's some the idea of just you and a friend.
Photosynthesis.
No, I just no. The
Well,
thing,
I feel Yahtzee had a really great quote. I don't even think it was one of his zero punctuation videos. It was one of the videos on his Let's Play channel, Yahtzee 19. He said a fighting game is probably one of the fastest ways to convey a character. Like, you just see them fight, know what they're doing, little lines of dialogue. It's just, boom, you know who this character is, what they're doing, how they fight, go. It's like one of the fastest windows into seeing who a character is and what they're all about.
and not only that, I love just how also this game is special to me as both as a fighting game fan and a Marvel fan because around the same time the Spider-Man cartoon was out,
Oh, okay.
and I was looking through characters, and one of them was Venom, and it was also the same time where I got my first comic. So
When you were still going through chemotherapy.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that's just like.
And I just,
That's awesome.
and I, later on, like, when I watch YouTube videos on fighting games, I learned mechanics like, combat armor, OP-ness on, tier systems.
Yep.
And I learn about this, and I also play the game like crap ton, so I know how every character plays.
Yeah.
Like, I know best combinations, best assists, and it goes through every fighting game, like, oh, this character's the speed character, you got the powerhouse, you got
Charge.
the charge character, the combo character, the bullshit character.
The utterly broken bullshit character that in house rules we don't let him in.
Oh yeah, that is, like, every fighting game has a character, like you can play everyone but except this guy.
Yeah, house rules don't let that guy. Well,
Yeah.
awesome episode. I feel we covered a lot. Talked about a lot of fun stuff. See you guys all next time, and I just gotta tell you one thing. No matter what you do, no matter who you are, Kevin the Cockroach still loves you.
Fuck you.